Well, I just read a blog post from an author basically bashing a fellow book blogger. Well, mostly it sucks because I was planning on reading the book up until I read this blog post. I don't agree with all reviews I read, and sometimes even negative reviews make me decide, like, hey, you know what? This still sounds like my kind of book anyway. I'm still going to read it. But the fact that the author has such a terrible reaction to it, it's just not cool. It's like everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Everyone is entitled to post their own opinion. This author claims that the review written on her book was extremely nasty and extremely negative, and that this blogger is basically telling everyone never to pick this book up, and the author's claiming that the blogger is discouraging reading. First of all, I don't think so. I read the review myself. It's negative, but it's not nasty. And second of all, the people reading the blog are people who read, so I doubt that this blogger is going to discourage other people from reading. They're just not going to pick up your book. Reading is so subjective, and as an author, I feel like you have to let people criticize your work, whether it's a publisher, whether it's an agent, or whether it's people who could have been your fans. And you just have to not let negative reviews affect you that way. It's just like, so what if I didn't like your book? It's nothing against you personally. I'm not going to love every single book I read. I will post negative reviews on my blog. I will post negative reviews on YouTube. I can't be a perfect reader who's going to love everything. One of the main things I learned in publishing is that you can't love everything, because obviously you can't buy every book as an editor. You have to, develop your taste. And even in publishing, they tell me, yeah, publishing is still subjective. You as an author have overcome a great deal. You've actually gotten a contract. You've actually worked with an editor, but that doesn't mean that everyone's still gonna love your book. There's still a ton of people who are successful and still have negative reviews. It's not like just because you've written a book, it doesn't mean that everyone will automatically love it. Furthermore, I definitely don't think it's fair that you as an author are attacking a blogger when basically we're just trying to sort through all the books out there, trying to give out what we think would be a good fit for our readers. It's not that we're trying to discourage other people. It's like, I know my friends turn to me. We have similar tastes. If I know I don't like something, I wouldn't give it to them to read. They could be reading something better. Not to say that your book isn't good, because up until now, I was planning on reading it. I love road trip books. Was that too author specific? I'm sorry. I think that the blogger brought up great points, by the way. She didn't agree with any of your characters. Like, the plot does seem far-fetched, and the chances of it happening, not very likely, but the essence of it was a road trip novel, and that sounds like fun. But the fact that your male character seems like a total jerk is a total turn-off for me. You've already mentioned on your blog that you don't like blogging in general because of all the things that pop up on the internet about YA literature. Then why on earth do you keep Googling yourself? Like, if you want to avoid reviews, just don't search for it. It's gonna be out there, good or bad. I don't know, this is just really bad PR for you as an author, and I'm sorry that you got yourself into this mess, but you just really shouldn't have responded. I guess every author has to learn how to take criticism, and it sounds like you haven't done that yet. I'm sorry that I'm kind of bashing you, but I just had to get the word out. What are we taught in school? If you hate something, you gotta say why. This blogger definitely said why she didn't like your book. She just didn't say, I hate it, that's all, don't read it. She explained, and her review was definitely a lot more constructive than your feedback. Negative reviews for the win, DFTBA.